Shalom, brothers and sisters. An important thing that this world seems to have forgotten or unlearned because they weren't listening is you can't make your own way. There is God's way. There is a narrow path and a wide path. You can't be on the wide path and say you're finding your own way to God. There is one way to God, His way. And you need to do it His way, by His rules. There's no other way to do this. It's through Jesus Christ. And you live for Him. This is now an example of what's happening in the world today. It's called the witchcraft generation. Gen Z is swapping traditional faith for magic spells. Nettie, the first person, has been practicing magic for 16 years. She cast a spell to get her current job. She credits other spells with securing subsequent raises. She once used a spell to make her boss like her more, and another one bagged her the love of her life 7 years ago. Raised a Catholic, Nettie is not completely reneged on the faith, nor does she see conflict in casting spells and praying to saints. You might call her a Christian witch. You might be surprised to know that there are thousands of them. Right, so the problem there is, with the Catholics incorporating locals all through history and their religions into the church and their belief systems and their celebrations to make them Christian and baptize them, and now they're believers, has led to this kind of chaos. You can't pray to the saints. It is unbiblical. You can't speak to Mary. She is freaking out up there that people are so crazy and stupid. You speak to Jesus. There is no other way. And when you are doing all these things, then yes, like Nettie, it's a small step to now go into witchcraft and cast spells, because same thing. In Western countries, growing numbers are turning their backs on the church. Thousands of churches shutter each year, faced with dwindling congregations and funds. The 2021 census on religion in England and Wales alarmed many people, because for the first time since 1801, less than half the population described themselves as Christian, down 72% from 2 decades ago. Those ticking no religion, the second most response, soared 37%. The UK is now, statistically speaking, one of the least religious countries in the world. And in World War II, they were one of the most Christian countries in the world. I've got a book full of testimonies from the Battle of Britain on how God came through for them, how the nation prayed at a certain time of day, and how amazing things happened that kept Britain free because they were a Christian nation. And now, across the Atlantic, the story is similar. In 2020, less than half of Americans belong to a church, a synagogue, or a mosque. The first time that congregants slid below the majority in the 8-decade study. The holy current in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Europe is going in the same direction. Witchcraft is the alternative spirituality that is ascending. #WitchTok has more than 45 billion views on TikTok. Witch influencers proliferate on social media. 8 million #witchcraft Instagram posts detail how, what, and when of magic, moon rituals, hexes, tarot cards, herbal potions, spells, evil, evil, evil. Reddit pages such as rwitch, 101,000 members. Advice is sought and given, how to do's, herbs, everything, crystals, divination, everything that's wrong and evil and dark, trending. What was for centuries fringe and heretical is accepted, revered, and commonplace among the young people. Within the phenomenon, something interesting is happening. Increasing numbers are swapping organized religion for witchcraft, or attempting to marry the two. One young man grew up Christian, but left the church after he discovered he was queer. I ended up being told by my church that I couldn't teach Sunday school anymore, obviously, so I left. For a while I felt untethered, and eventually I started exploring tarot cards. I always had an interest, but I believed I shouldn't interact with it because of church opinions. Not church opinions, it's in the Bible, buddy. It gave me a structured yet not rigid way of communing with God. It's not God, it is the devil. Tarot and similar practices work well with my faith, he says. You see how when you step into sin and you're accepting sin as normal because the world's telling you it's cool and there's no problem with it, suddenly let's explore tarot, let's look at witchcraft, let's talk to an entity and claim that it's God and we found our own way to get there. It is not God. It is the devil and his demons, and they are leading you to hell. And that's what's happening in front of our eyes, and that's why we stand and shine our light, because this evil is infiltrating everywhere, and it seems to be so innocent, and it's been propositioned as so cool when it's not. And when they discover this, it'll be too late. So pray that more and more people's eyes go open, that they don't accept their sins and then go even deeper down holes into more sins, but that they come before God, repent, and seek Him first above all else. God bless. Keep looking up. Shalom.